mentioned that somebody created some songs while they were doing something. One of the ones that strikes me is a dance called Strike the Stick Dance.
Yeah, sit down. Hold this for a sec.
Our dances are to honor what we have around us, our animals and what have you. Some of our dances were traded. Things were traded and we incorporated dances into our culture from other tribes from when we used to travel North America and visit other tribes.
Yeah, thank you.
And a dance that we incorporated and was traded come from the people of Florida, the Seminole Indians. And it's a dance that we brought into our social dancing. It's a partner dance, and it's a dance where the Seminoles honored the alligator dance.
Oh, sure. We're going to take it. So the stairs in there? Perfect. We thought you forgot about it. We thought you forgot about it. Well, I can say don't make sure you can get it.
Take care of one another in this world, no matter what religion, race, what have you, anything. And that's the way we believe, and that's the way we carry ourselves through life. Every morning, we're taught to give thanks to the Creator for waking up and being able to enjoy this wonderful day. And then when we go to bed, it's our responsibility to give thanks for the day that we just lived, and hopes that we wake up tomorrow to enjoy another one. That's our way in how we give thanks to the Creator for everything we have. Again, responsibility, our responsibility to one another as human beings is a very great thing to our people, how we take care of one another. Long time ago, when the European started coming over to our country, to North America, one of the big things that's taught to our people we had to do was no matter who came into our village, if they came into our village in a bad way, it was our responsibility as human beings to make sure that that other human being that came into our village, that we took care of them and we brought them back to good health. They were fed and they were healthy and they were able to walk out of our village happy and able to walk out knowing they were taken care of well, so that maybe somewhere down the line we would walk into their village in a bad way or we needed help and they would return the same. So that's how we still carry ourselves to that day, and we're taught that every year we have a teaching. And those are the things that we're reminded of how we're supposed to be. I'd like to bring out the dancers for another dance, and I'd like to ask Solon and Jordan to come over here and grab a couple of rattles. I'd like to have them show you a dance that's in honor of something that really was important to our people and kept us alive through a lot of bad times, and it's still a big food to this day, and it's a dance that we call the corn dance. And we honor that because that was our main food to the Iroquois people. We used to have hills and hills with underground storage, and they were just filled with corn to keep our people alive. We have many, with that being said, we have many dishes that involve corn, and I love every one of them. Corn dance. Onion. to our people, the snake is kind of a bad omen. But to other tribes, they honored it. And I'd like to call David Smith up here. They have him lead us in this dance. And it's a dance called the snake dance. And when I see this dance done in the Winnebago territories out there in Nebraska and Wisconsin, it's a fun dance and people have a lot of fun. What they'll do is they'll dance around and mimic the snake with the dancers. Then they'll coil up and then there'll be another song for them while they're resting and relaxing in that coil. And then they'll bring them out of there in that coil and they'll line up and they'll dance to the snake and jump over the snake. So if you're in the front row, you gotta look out. They might fall off the stage on their jump. But this is the snake dance. Oh, Thank you. That was a snake dance. As you can see, our dances are very, a lot of work. And we were born that way. We were born into our dancing, so it's natural to us. I could sit in our longhouse at an event, a social event, and it could be just as loud as ever, but at the same time, I can see babies going to sleep. And I can see them sleeping through the whole thing sometimes, which makes some of them parents happy. But our songs is our connection to the Creator. And our ceremonies is with our prayers. Maybe on something like this we use this to pray about somebody that we care for that's in a bad way. Or we just feel good again, it falls back on that happiness and laughter. I'd like to bring the dancers out for a dance that it's going to be for the women. The women's dance to us is a very important dance, and we have old songs which we use in ceremony that gives thanks for the food and the story of our people. And we also have a new women's dance, which we use in the social time right here. A long time ago, before there was earth, there was a big ball of water. I'll give you the story in a nutshell, kind of, because there's a lot to it. And again, you can Google it. And our people lived in the sky world, way in the sky. One day there was a woman in that sky world, in that village, way up in the sky, and she was curious. A tree had fallen over and left a big hole. So this woman went to look in that hole. She was very curious. And what she seen was this big ball of water. The first time anybody had seen it. And that's what we're on now. So she kept looking and looking, and she was more curious to look in that hole and see what that ball of water was about. And as she was looking, she fell. And as she fell, she grabbed onto some roots from the earth in that hole that was there. And as she fell, she thought that was the end of her. And as she was falling, the birds of the skies got together and broke her fall and brought her down to this ball of water. As they got to this ball of water, all the sea animals came up to see what was happening. And a big turtle, one of our biggest turtles, offered his back for this woman for somewhere to be. So she wasn't harmed in the water. So when they put her on this turtle, the rest of the sea animals or the water animals went to the bottom and brought her up soil. She took that soil and she covered that back of that turtle, and those roots she had in her hand, she put into the soil on the back of this turtle. And she was instructed, and she started doing this dance around the back of this turtle, this woman's dance we're about to show you. And as she did this dance, this turtle grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. And if you look on the map today, and you look at North America, and you really look at it, it's in the shape of a turtle. So a little bit something for you when you get home. Go home and look at the map, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is Eskani and Dino's a women's dance. 2 times a year, that's when they bring our singing groups from our longhouses together and they showcase their new songs that they made for the year. We have it around Easter time and we have it around Thanksgiving time. So to see that dance done at our event with about 400 to 500 women dancing to that is quite a beautiful sight. You can feel the power in that women's dance. That's one of our ways as Iroquois people, Haudenosaunee people, for people of the Longhouse. And we hold our women to the highest. Our women are our leaders. Our women pick our leaders. Our women tell our leaders what to do and how to run and govern our people and take care of us. With that being said, that's how we honor them is with that women's dance. It's one of the favorites of the evening when we have our socials and our ceremonies even, is that women's dance. We really look forward to that. I'd like to explain a little bit about the outfits. The women make a lot of our outfits. Maybe one of our men learn how to use a sewing machine and try and add it themselves. But they do a lot of our outfits are with the beadwork, with the beads and whatnot. When the time of the European, that's when all of these cloth and metal and what have you came into our realm of living, our daily living, and ceremony and dancing and just being around. We started working on outfits, and you see a lot of it's a cloth. Before that, our outfits were made from the skin of the deers and the animals and whatnot. And you see that throughout history and pictures, the changeover. But what we have here now is a lot of our outfits are made out of cloth and beadwork, and they take a long time to make an outfit. You see a lot of elaborate beadwork over here, and a lot of that takes years. Some outfits start and you work on them until the day you die. I mean, it's just something that we do. You see the men wearing the castoet. The castoet is a helmet or a hat. The feathers are split because we live in a very lot of woods. We have to travel through a lot of woods, so they're made that way. There's a feather so feathers can go through easier. What you see is this feather sticking up in their hat represents their nation. We have this gentleman on the end doesn't have a feather, and I think he lost it. He's of the Seneca Nation. His feather would stand straight up. Then we have the man next to him with the 3 feathers. That means he's from the Mohawk Nation. We have the man right next to him, Jimmy, with the 1 feather. He's from the Seneca Nation. We have the 2 feathers with the 1 down. Means he's from Onondaga. Oneida. Sorry, I get them mixed up. They're kind of the same. They all are.
Yeah, I love the same.
So we have a little guy right here, my nephew, with 1 feather, that's Seneca style. And we have his Hockney. Hockney means his father. He's got the 3. He's from the Mohawk Nation. And so on. That's how we can tell each other apart by what feathers are standing up in their stories. Again, a lot of it was incorporated when the Europeans came over. A lot of other stuff we wear because we traded with other tribes and what have you. But we're always working on our outfits, and my dancers said all my family, we all grew up together. If not, I've seen some of them more. And they take pride in what they do and showcasing and giving diversity and knowledge to our non-native community so they help better understand what we're doing and why we're here and why we're dressed like this. I'm honored that I can do this with my family, because that's what it's all about. I feel good when I do things with my family, and I'd like to have another round of applause just for my family. I think they're awesome. A lot of them are involved in different entities in our culture, and with language, songs, outfit making, just plain taking care of our children. What I do is I work for Oahiio, Western New York Independent Living, and I work with Native Americans throughout Western New York. And there's a lot of times I run into consumers that don't do what we're doing here. And one of the things that they say is, I don't feel Indian because I don't do any of this. And my response to that is the Creator put us all here for different reasons. I don't care if you make cups for my water or read books or you work on a computer. The Creator put us here for different reasons. It doesn't mean you have to do all of this. You're born what you are, and that was Native American. And that makes them feel good. It gives them a little bit more resolution to the way they feel when they're feeling in a bad way. So that makes things a little bit better in order to talk with everybody that I work with. I'd like to bring the dancers up for a dance. It's another social dance, and it's a dance called the frontwards, backwards dance. And when you see the dance, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, you want?
dance, and I hope you felt good about that. You feel good when you come up and help us out. All right, now we're going to get into the exciting portion of the show. Usually at the end of our socials, we have a dance that was incorporated from the Delaware people. It's a dance that's called the Delaware Skin Dance because it was sung on a skin. This, let me go into the instruments a little bit. Right here, what we have here is a hand drum. Made from, this was made from elk hide. A lot of our dances and our socials are done with a water drum. And what that is there's water in there that gets this leather wet and makes it nice and tight. And it gives it a high-pitched sound. I'm only using the hand drum for show reasons. And it's a nice high-pitched sound when we're using it in our longhouses and our social events. The hand drum is a universal drum throughout all tribes of North America. We use it for the dance show. It's more of a sound. But again, this dance is also done with a stick. And it's also called a stick dance, which means our stick dance. It's a slow and a fast dance, and it's usually the one that's done at the last of our events. We have another one to show you after this, but we're going to finish off the social dance part with the stick dance. I hope you enjoy it. It's a slow and fast dance. right now is a dance that we is incorporated into the Native American dancing circuit world competition. There's what we have called powwows. A lot of you have probably heard powwows as a meeting and whatnot. To us, a powwow is a competition where we dance for prizes. And this next dance is a dance that's called a smoke dance. A dance that was derived from the war dance, which, like I explained earlier, we're not warring anymore. So what we do is we use these songs and we incorporate social songs to do this dance and compete against each other. Now with the women, who I want to bring out first, they're judged on how elegant they can dance while dancing 90 miles an hour. And what moves they can put in and still hold that elegancy. Because that's how our women dance, with pride, elegance. I'd like to bring our women dancers out and have them show you their style of 2 songs of smoke dance. We have champion dancers here. I travel all throughout North America and I see these ladies dancing when I'm standing on the stage or whatnot and singing for their competition. And I have all of you're very honored and I'm honored to have all champion dancers here today. Singing just as hard as dancing. Usually when we have our events, we have different singers from all over Confederacy countries, and they all take turns doing social dancing. All these dances we're showing you consist of anywhere from 20 to 50 songs. So we're just giving you a little taste of each social dance. Now I'm honored to bring the men out here, my nephews, great-nephews, family. Again, you have a stage full of all champions. That's how I pick my dance crews when I go around and do shows like this, is I pick the people that I see. Maybe I've seen them in Wisconsin, maybe I've seen them in Connecticut, Quebec, Ontario. I see them winning, and I see them dancing with pride. And they're very proud to be where they're at, whether they win or lose. That's how I look at them. Because it's not about that prize money, it's about dancing for the people. I was taught that when I dance, I don't dance for myself. I dance for my families. I dance for the people that can't dance, who enjoy watching us dance. So that's who I dance for, is the people that can't and are in a bad way. There's people out there, even around us in the city, that don't know this is going on. There's people around us in our country that don't know this is going on. They don't know what we're doing when we're having our events or ceremonies or whatnot. But one of the things that I know is that I'm doing it for them. And hopefully they'll have a better day that day that I'm doing that for them. I'd like to bring the men out here. They're going to show you a slow style of war dance, of kind of where this dance came from. Then I'm going to show you how they can dance and show their moves at 110 miles an hour. see it how the men are judged, and they're judged on the kind of story they tell when they're dancing that slow dance. Maybe hunting, maybe at war, something, tracking an animal. Then they're found when they dance fast, they're judged on their speed, the moves they can put in the dance, and if they hit the jumps on time, and if they can stop on time. So if you see anybody dance over, which they usually do when I'm singing, they always give me that look when we're at competitions and they step over. So that's why I don't like to look at the dancers when I sing. Because it's their job to know the song, keep up with the song, and use the song to the best of their ability. Slow war dance. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, our dancers will be hanging around for a little while. Feel free to talk to us. We're good at that. And hopefully we can answer your questions. Again, we're honored to be here. We're back on at 3 o'clock. So jump on your phones and hit your Facebooks. And tell everybody we're here at the Birchfield Penny Center. I'm Sheldon Sundown. These are the Iroquois dancers, my family. We're going to close out with a smoke dance, everybody. Thank you very much. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.
Well, you go for a talk. Okay. Anyway, it is a good tool to help you write a good goal. And there's so many goals that are written.
This is restoring dignity through the arts. that's what helps me keep moving on with my mental illness. And so, that is my faith. So. I was searching for strangers to be my friend. I followed my anger to a dead end until I met the Lord Jesus Christ, who died on the cross to save our life. He died on the cross again and again, again and again, and again and again. And I pray for you, my brothers and sisters, I really do. 'Cause if you knew the Lord Jesus like I do, you know his sacrifice is true. So why don't you listen to what God says? Why don't you obey the 10 Commandments? And I pray for you, my brothers and sisters, I really do. I was searching for strangers to be my friend. I followed my anger to a dead end until I met the Lord Jesus Christ, who died on the cross to save our life.
Activity like this, and it's a good experience. It's a learning experience. Art as healing is very important, and allowing and giving people the opportunity to work with their hands and express. And the works that are here today, some of them, including the posters, will be part of a traveling exhibit that will also be shown in Batavia, New York, and then also the offices in Niagara Falls, New York. So it's a good opportunity for the artists and everyone, I think, that was involved in the activity and experience. Today has been really, really good. And we want to thank all of the Upstate administrators that helped us bring this together. The venue, I know we started out looking for a venue, and this, lined up just like the stars lined up. It was just perfect. So that was good. And if Sheldon's almost ready, we're going to get started. It's kind of warm up here. I think the dancers are going to be having a workout. Okay, Sheldon Sundown and the Iroquois Dancers.
Good afternoon, everybody. Some of you were here for the first show. This is our second show of the day. My name is Sheldon Sundown, and I have my family. We call them the Iroquois dancers or what have you, but it's all my family. It's my nieces and nephews, some cousins, and all of my dancers. They're champion dancers throughout North America at different competitions and whatnot. And a lot of them are involved in our culture at home, in our longhouses. We are people at a longhouse, and that is our religion and a way of life in which we follow in our way of thinking and the way we handle ourselves and respect and honor our families on a daily basis, and how we give thanks to the Creator for everything we have. When we wake up in the morning, we're taught to give thanks for waking up and enjoying that beautiful day. No matter what kind of day it is, it's another day that we're alive here on Mother Earth. Then we're taught that when we go to bed, we give thanks for being able to enjoy that day, no matter what kind of day it is, because it was another day we were able to spend on Mother Earth. I'd like to bring our dancers in here in 1 second. They're giving me the 1 second sign. But as we go through the dances, I'll be explaining. If you have a question, I have no problem if you raise your hand and we can maybe answer something for you. Because that's the purpose of why we're here, is to show you a little bit of our culture and a little bit of how we live and how we honor our Creator through our social dancing. I'm going to bring in our dancers now, and then we'll get into our show.
helps warm up our moccasins, just what it is, the moccasin dance.
do in everyday life. We honor our, like I said, we give thanks for everything we have and it gets us through our daily living. And this is the way we give thanks to our animals and things that daily living. There's a dance that's called Sharpen the Stick Dance. That dance came from a man that was a carver, and he was carving. And he came up with a set of songs, and that's why they call that dance Sharpen the Stick. We have dances called the raccoon dance. We have dances after the fish. A lot of our ceremonies, we can't show you, but give thanks for other things like our corn, things that help us through life, whether it be shelter, food, whatnot. This dance right here, right now, is gives honor to our transportation. And our main transportation for European culture came to North America was the canoe. So I'd like to bring our dancers up and show you our version of the canoe dance. That's what they say. But we still have problems with the border issue and all. That's why I go back and forth so the people that have the problem get to enjoy these things that we have. And they're big. There's going to be 2,500 to 3,000 people at these events. So when they have this ladies dance, there's maybe 400 to 500 women dancing, and it's a beautiful sight. You can feel the power of everything about it. How this dance came to be is very important because it's the way our earth, which we're sitting on, was created. There was a sky world a long time ago when the earth was just a ball of water. I'll give it to you in a brief way. I was saying in the earlier show, I says a lot of the things that we talk about and it strikes your mind. Well, if we don't explain it enough, you can go home and Google it. Well, what it was is, in our way, we were all come from the sky. The earth was just a ball of water. A tree had fallen up in that sky world, and the lady seen that hole early in the morning, and she was curious what was down there. So she went and looked in that hole, and she seen this ball of water. So curiosity got the best of her. She wanted to see more. And as she was looking through that hole and wanted to see more, she grabbed it. She was holding onto the roots to look through that hole, and she fell. And as she fell, she still had those roots, and that's all she had. So as she thought that was the end of her life, the birds all gathered together, and they flocked together, and they broke her fall, and they brought her down to this ball of water. A big turtle surfaced and offered his back for this woman, because they all know what was going on. They were all connection. There was a big unison and harmony going on with all these animals taking care of this ball of water. When they landed her on the back of the turtle, the sea animals, the water animals, gathered together and they came up to see what was going on while this lady was on the back of this turtle. They swam to the bottom of this water and brought her soil. And she put the soil all over the back of that turtle and she put those roots in that soil. And she was instructed to dance around the back of that turtle. And as she danced around the back of that turtle, that's what formed North America. So when you go home and you look at the map and you look at North America, it's in the shape of a turtle if you really look at it. This is the women's dance. Thank you very much. That was our women's dance. In our language, we call it Eskene Kainose. That means new women's shuffle dance. Now, we'd like to bring our dancers out and show you another dance. It's a dance that honors another animal. It's a dance that we call a fish dance. It's a fast style of dance that coincides with our moccasin dance that we did earlier. What we do is that when the dancers partner up, and you see during the middle of the dance when they switch, that's an honoring. We're honoring each other as we're dancing on the switch and taking turns, letting each other go first and sharing. This is a fish dance. Sorry, it's getting a little bit dry here. It's hard performing under the lights. It's hot. I know our dancers are really hot, and we're going to make them really sweat here in a little bit. But I'd like to do a dance now where we extend our hand out in invitation of friendship. I'd like everybody to just stand for a second. Stretch out, stretch your arms, raise your arms. I work for Oahiio, Western New York Independent Living, and we work with, my part, we work with Native Americans with disabilities. That action that what you just performed right there, there's a lot of people in this world that can't do that. And these are the people that I was taught, when I was taught my singing and my dancing, that's who we dance for. We dance for the people that can't do that simple action that you just did right there. Our elders are physically disabled. So with that being said, I'd like to invite anybody that wants to come up and dance. It's a real easy dance. You can be seated if you want. I'd like to have you come up and dance. It's an easy dance. If you were here earlier and you've seen the dance, you know what it is now? So come on up, join us in the friendship dance. We have dances which are incorporated from other tribes. We used to walk around and visit and venture out and visit with other tribes and trade maybe tools, hunting, skills, weapons, whatnot. There was a time when we used to fight before the Europeans came over. And there was a time in our history when that all ended and we started visiting each other. I asked an elder one time, excuse me, it's hot up here. I asked an elder one time, why are our people so isolated and they isolate themselves? This elder was, some of you might know him, his name was Warren Sky Sr. He's a very good friend of mine, and he's gives me a lot of knowledge on why, anything why. He's like, I'm the Ninja Turtle, and he's my Splinter. But he's got a lot of answers for me, or explanations. I asked him why everyone's so isolated and keeps to themselves and stingy, greedy, gossip. It's because nobody visits anymore. He said the simplest thing to tell everybody, and maybe to heal a little bit of this world, is tell people to start visiting one another. Start visiting an elder. I tell our young people all the time, go help an elder out. Maybe you're too busy in life and you've got a lot of things going on for you, but at least take some time out during a year to go help an elder or visit and learn something. We have a lot of our gentlemen here who are involved in our communities, and we have them involved in language, song and dance, working, taking care of their families, making outfits. There's a lot to it, and especially living in today's society. So that was a little bit what was taught to me, and I try to talk to my family here about visiting, and they do that. We all visit each other, so it's a good thing. That's why we're very tight. What you have on the stage in front of you is championship dancers. We have a contest circuit within our dancing. A lot of you heard the term powwow. Powwow, they think that's just a meeting or whatever. To us, it's a contest. We get to go to the powwow contest and win some money for what we do. It's just kind of a thing that got started maybe back in the 50s, 60s. They started bringing prize money for our dancing. I'd like to bring our dancers out here and show you a little bit of our competition dancing. We usually save this to the end, but we're going to get them rolling here and get everything fired up, and we'll bring the temperature up a little bit more in here. First of all, I'd like to bring out our women. And a little bit of our dancing is how they're judged when they're dancing is this dance came from showtimes. Back when I don't know if anybody's old enough in here to remember the World's Fair. Well, there used to be the World's Fair. We used to travel the world. And we had dancers from many different tribes that were on this circuit. When you're doing shows, like we just did the one at 1 o'clock, well, we had an hour break. And what they would do is they would sit around there an hour and visit, because they were doing this every day, day after day, traveling. And they would share music, they would share songs. And this is how this smoke dance came about. They used some of our social songs, some of our old war dance songs, which they don't hardly use anymore. But they made a competition dance, and it's called the smoke dance. And when the girls started getting judged on their part, they were danced on their elegance and how well they could perform their moves with elegance and dancing at a high rate of speed. So I'd like to bring the women out and show you their version of the smoke dance. mentioned a little bit about the war dance earlier. We're no longer at war, so there's no use for these songs anymore. But we do showcase it in our smoke dance and the competition dancing. So there's songs made up, and they utilize social songs, and they do this dance. I'd like to bring our dancers up to show you a half slow and a half fast. But when the men are judged, they're judged on how they tell the story of their dance when it's slow. Maybe they're showing about hunting, tracking, fighting, something of that nature. They'll act out in the slow part of the dance. Then when the dance gets fast, they're judged on how well, again, they can use their moves at a high rate of speed. So we're going to turn it up a little bit, and we're going to have our dancers come out and show you a half and half song of our smoke dance. We got a little guy out here who's going to try it. So you don't fall off the stage. Round of applause for the little guy. Alright, I want to bring all our dancers out here and show you one fast smoke dance. We'll see if we can turn it up in here and get things heated up, because we got a few more dances to show you. Here we go, everybody with a smoke dance. Thank you. Well, they're got hot in here. The little guy's under the spell and wants to dance. Yep, that's what it's all about. That's how we teach our children. All of these guys you see before you, some of them I've seen before they were born, I've seen them be born, some of them. Everyone here's my niece or my nephew. Sister Yanni, they used to dance way back in the 80s at the Turtle Museum, Niagara Falls. Anybody remembers that place? I'd like to have Yanni step up, honor her, because most of these are her children. Let's have a round of applause for that. I'd like to ask David Smith to come over here. We're going to perform for you a dance which was incorporated and adopted from the Winnebagos over in Nebraska, Wisconsin area. It's a dance, again, the dances throughout Indian country were adopted and traded. And this is the dance we do, which the Winnebago people, they honor the snake. So I'd like to have our dancers show you the version of the snake dance. It's a very fun dance, and I've seen it being done when I'm out west and I'm on the call out. What they'll do is they'll mimic snake in the dance. So I'll turn into the form of the snake. And they'll have special parts of the songs which honor the snake. And then they'll dance at the snake. And they'll honor that. Snake dance. Oh, all of these songs and dances we're showing you is maybe just a couple, 2, 3, 4 songs about what we do. But each one of these social dances consists of 20 to 50 songs depending on the dance. And a lot of the times when we're doing these dances, they'll sing every one of them. So our dancers are out of shape and in shape at the same time. I guess it's when we all get together, the spirit of the house gives everybody the strength to just have no choice but to have fun. I'd like to bring the dancers out and show you a dance that is a courting dance, a dance where the woman gets to pick. It's a dance which is named after a rabbit, the rabbit dance. So our women, you can go pick your dancer. It's kind of a courtship dance. Reminds me of a funny story. We had a what you call kind of a retreat or conference, and we had these projects to do with us to do our independent living. And my project was Becky Uziak. I can have Miss Becky Uziak stand right here. Stand up, Becky. Let's have a round of applause for Becky. She's the founder of Western New York. Thank you. Well, I sang her a song at that retreat. So I was in the supper line and everyone was thanking me for the song. They enjoyed it. And her husband, Doug Uziak, says, I don't want to see you standing outside our bedroom window singing to Becky. And then that cracked me up, reminded me of this rabbit dance. Here we go. show you the dance we do at the end of our socials, our events. After a long night of dancing, they close out our day with giving thanks to the Creator for what we had. Again, falling back to what I said at the beginning of the show, how we give thanks. Then they'll call this dance. It's usually our last dance of our events. It's a dance called the Mistong. which means skip dance, or it used to be called Delaware skip dance, because it's a dance that was incorporated and adopted from the Delaware people when they used to occupy, and some of them still do occupy southern Ontario, Moravian Town, Ontario. But it's a dance, it's a slow dance, it's a fast dance, and they finish out with it being fast, and everybody goes home all nice and tired, and you have a nice night of sleep. We're gonna do this dance for you called the stick dance, and then we got one more for you when we're done. Here we go. I'd like to introduce our crew. David Smith. Keith Bell. Gordon Smith. Jimmy Jefferson. Lawrence Bruce. Charlotte Smith. Eva Smith. Nicole Emerson. Gary Ann's Bruce. And Mama Yanni Mae Smith. To close out our show, how would everybody like to see one last fast boat dance? Would you like to see that? Yeah! We're going to make them dance then. Here we go. Thank you very much. Myself and son now, these are the Iroquois dancers. One more round of applause for my dancers. Thank you. If you have any questions, dancers will be hanging around. Feel free to talk to us. No echo.
Okay, we want to thank everyone for entering the contest and also exhibiting their artwork. And the posters are going to be part of a traveling exhibit, so we want to keep those for the next 8 months. And we're going to select some of the work from the exhibit to also be part of the traveling exhibit. So, third prize goes to Alan Benjamin. Second prize goes to Alana Moscato. And first prize goes to Robert Popier.